at the path of the ball. In this example, the player 9 will make a pass to a player number 10. We can see that the smallest distance will be the path with 3 cells. The ball must cross the path of shortest distance. The ball will always follow the shortest path between the source cell and the target cell. In this example, we have 2 possibilities path. The ball need to cross this path, in this case with 3 cells, or this other path of 3 cells. It is up to the coach to choose the shortest way. We cannot choose a lot. We must choose the shortest path. We will present the initial movement. You place a player on the central cell and an adjacent player. This is a free and precise pass. Precise because you do not play any die to complete the pass, and it will always be a success, and free because you do not spend an action to it. The player 9 passes the ball to the player 10, and starts the game. In this example, let's talk about distance penalty. The player 10 will make a ball pass to the player 9, but he is 5 cells of distance. There are 3 possibilities of path, but all paths are 5 distance cells. Even he chooses any of 3 paths, he still has a dice penalty, because, after 5 cells of distance, there is a penalty, which in this case will be 1 dice, according to the penalty table. The player number 10 has passed number 3. Then he can only play 2 dice to pass, as he got a hit. Then the pass is completed successfully. Let's show an example of distance penalty with 2 dices. Player number 10 will make a pass to the player number 9, but the distance is 8 cells, with the shortest route. A path with 8 distance cells will be a penalty of 2 dices, according to the penalty table. The player 10 has a pass with 3 dices, but with penalty of 2 dices he only remain 1 dice to complete the pass. And in this case, he failed to complete the pass, because he got an error die. And, in this case will be a side exit. The player number 10 will pass the ball to the player 9, and at the path of the ball, with the shortest path, there are 2 opposing players causing a penalty of 1 dice each. In this case, they cause an adjacency penalty. The player 10 has a pass with 3 dices, subtracting the 2 dices of penalty. He has only 1 dice to complete the pass. In case of error, the ball will follow the path and will be side exit. And in the case of hit, the ball moves to the target player. In this example, the player 10 will pass the ball to the player 9. In the path of the ball, with 3 cells away, there is an opposing player, number 6. He is on the path of the ball, interfering with the pass. Then in that case the player number 10 has a penalty, with 1 dice, of interference, and the opponent number 6 will try to disarm the pass. The player number 10 has a pass 3, with 3 dice. With less 1 dice, he will play only with 2 dices. In this example, it got only 1 hit. The player number 6 has disarmed 3, he throws 3 dices, and got 2 hits, and 1 critical hit. Automatically, he disarmed the pass. Now let's talk about the kick on goal. The player 11 will kick a goal, and there is an adjacent opponent to the path of the ball, causing a penalty of 1 die. The path of the ball is up 2 cells away, causing no distance penalty, only adjacency penalty. The player number 11 has kick 4, but will play only with 3 dice, because of the adjacency penalty. In this example, he obtained 2 hits and a critical hit. So he plays additional dice, and got another hit, totaling 3 hits. The goalkeeper defends with 3 dice, and got 2 hits, and 1 critical hit. He plays an additional die and obtained another critical hit. In this case, he already defended. Let's show an example of kick to goal, with error. The player 11 will kick, with 4 dice and all were in error. In this case the goalkeeper did not have the opportunity to defend, because the kick was out, going a goal. In this example the player 11 is in the penalty area. It gains an extra die for the kick. His kick is 4 dice, he wins another and can play 5 dice. In this example, he had 4 hits, including 2 critical. He can play 2 more additional dice, totaling 6 hits. The goalkeeper has defense 3, he will play 3 dice. He took 3 hits and was not enough to defend the ball. Let's talk now about the goal kick. To charge the goal kick, you can choose any player. I will choose the goalkeeper. To charge the goal kick, we can use an action pass or release. In this case, I will pick a pass action. The pass of the goalkeeper is 4, he plays 4 dice to make the pass, if he choose a target player with up to 4 cells away. I'll make the pass to the player 6, which is 3 distance cells without penalty. Playing 4 dice, he obtained 2 hits, it is sufficient to complete the goal kick successfully. In this example, the player 11 will move, and try to dribble the player 6. Player 11 has movement 3, with 3 dice. He plays the 3 dice and obtains 2 hits, being able to move 2 cells. It moves the cell, and stay adjacent to the player 6. Now, he will dribble the player 6. The dribble of player 11 is 4 dice and the defending player 6 is 2 dice. He obtained 1 hit and 1 critical hit, so he plays an additional die, totaling 3 hits. The player 6, with 2 dice, and obtained a hit and an error. The player 11 succeeded in dribbling, and can choose to stand in an adjacent cell to the player 6, and still earn a further action, and can kick or dribble another player. Player 11 will try to dribble the player 6, and the player 6 will cause a foul to the player 11. We assume that the player 11 got in dribbling 3 hits and 1 error, and the player 6 was 2 dice, and obtained 1 error, and 1 critical error. If they were 2 errors, without any critical error, would not be foul. To be foul, must have at least 1 critical error. You can choose any player to free kick. The player who committed the foul must move away 1 cell of distance from the player that will make the free kick. To make the free kick, you can choose to do a pass, a release or a kick. I will choose make a kick. In this case, the player 6 generates a penalty of interference, but he will not be able to disarm the kick because it caused the foul. The player 11 kicks with 4 dice, but, in this case, using only 3 dice, and takes 2 hits. The goalkeeper will defend with 3 dice. He got only 1 critical hit, but he plays an additional die, taking another hit, totaling 2 hits. In this case the defense wins, because there was a tie, and catches the ball. The player 10 will make a throw to the player 11. Remember that the release uses a pass action and a movement for the other player to get the ball. As a single action, I will make a release for that cell here. There are 6 cells of distance, so we have 1 die of penalty. We mark the site of the target cell with the ball. The player 10 has passed 3, but will use 2 dice for the release. Because of the distance penalty, he took 1 hit, and 1 error. It is enough for the ball to reach the destination. Player 11 will try to reach the ball into the target cell. He has movement 3, but need only move 1 cell. He plays 3 dice for movement. He took 1 error, and 2 critical hits, but it's enough for him to get to the ball. Then, the release was completed successfully. In this example, the player 10 will make a pass to the player 11, but the number 11 player is offside. It is positioned in a cell after the last opponent, not counting the goalkeeper. Then, he is in the offside line, but it is up to the opposing coach claim for offside after the pass run. Let's do a simulation. The player 10 has passed 3, but plays 2 dice due to distance, and takes 2 hits, completing the pass to the player 11. The coach of the blue team declares the offside. The player who was offside should move away 1 cell from the offside mark, and the opposing coach can choose any player for free kick. It should be in the same cell where the offside occurred. It should use the rule of the free kick. Player number 3 will make a pass to the player 6. Let's assume that he took 3 errors and no critical error. As there was no critical error, will not be foul. But the ball follows the path and will come out on the side of the field following a straight line. The sideline kick must be made using a pass action or release. Adjacent opponents to the side cell must be moved 1 cell away. In this example, the player 6 should move 1 cell. The opposing coach could choose any player to the sideline kick and place it adjacent to the cell side where the ball went. The player 10 will make sideline kick, making a pass to the player 11. There is no distance penalty, but there is a penalty of adjacency of the player 3, so then he makes the pass with a -1 die. In this case, he played with 2 dice and complete the sideline kick. Player number 3 will make a pass to the player 6. Let's assume that he took 3 errors, in which case the ball comes out to the end line resulting a corner. The opposing team can choose any player to the corner kick. Should position the player with the ball in the corner cell next to the flag. You can use an action pass or release for corner kick. In this example, the player 10 will make a release to the player 11. Here, in this cell, with a distance of 7 cells, it will have a penalty of 1 die. There is also a penalty of adjacency with player 3. The player 10 has passed 3, then he will play with only 1 die. In this case, he got 1 hit, which is sufficient to complete the release. Now the player 11 will have to move to the location of the ball. The movement of the player 11 is 3, so he plays with 3 dice and can complete the release. Assuming that the player 3 has committed a foul here in the penalty area, leading to the penalty, he should step aside and the opponent, you can choose any player for the penalty kick, should position the player in the penalty cell. The player gains an extra die for the penalty kick. In this example, the player 11 has kick 4, then he will use 5 dice. He takes 3 hits and the goalkeeper uses 3 dice to defend. The goalkeeper takes only 2 hits and cannot defend, so was goal.